Welcome, guys, to another week of the Hideout here. Again, we are running a little behind this afternoon. Saturdays came fast, as the title says. But we are here and we're ready to talk some news, MCU, DCU, and anime. So if we get to the anime portion today. But again, welcome with us today, guys. I'm excited. So we're going to go ahead and get the ball rolling since we're already late. Got a few pieces of news, but I'm going to let you run with yours on the DCU news at the moment.
Okay, well, DCU.
DCU.
DC,
No longer EU.
EU. It's a DCU. Okay. But so we have Hal Chandler as Hal Jordan for the Green Lantern. And as of this rumor so far, there are two choices for Jon Stewart for the Lantern series. One is Aaron Pierre, and the other is Stephen James. Those are the top two choices to play Jon Stewart again in the Green Lantern series. And I'm actually really looking forward to the series because I'm like, if they do it well, they could connect so many other lanterns into this, and it looks like it could.
Especially, they finally gave us what we've been asking and what we've been talking about. Like, what's the difference in a movie and a series? Mm-hmm. And a series can give us the lore heavy stuff. You know what I mean? We don't gotta punch in everything in 2.5 hours. You know what I mean? Like, we have a 40. If they can give us 40 minutes on each episode, and we talked about this. 12 to 16, because I was gonna say 8 to 10. I was gonna say 8 to 10, but we want to get away from that. I was gonna say
give me 10 to 15.
10 to 15?
I'm not expecting anything huge, especially considering you still have to flesh out your world too. Mm-hmm. This is gonna be one of their first things going off, so I'm cool with 10 to 15.
Okay.
You do any less, that's when it starts getting a little sketchy.
Little secret invasion-y.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But I'm very excited because they have what they're getting Hal Jordan. They got Hal Jordan. They're getting these other Green Lanterns involved, and now I'm like, you don't really get a whole bunch of them right away until other stuff goes on, and it's just really cool.
It goes back to this period that I think James Gunn is trying to establish, like the younger age of them prior to them coming, I guess. But again, we have the DC animated show Batman or the Justice League animated show where it had Hal Jordan with Batman and Superman, etc. But I see his idea, you know what I mean? So he's trying to make Jon Stewart the younger Green Lantern that's gonna be with Superman and Batman and all of them. I'm just excited. We haven't heard nothing of the talks for Wonder Woman. We haven't heard zero talks on like a reboot of the Flash or a recast of the Flash.
Yeah.
So it's I'm excited that we have it. I'm glad he hasn't overloaded this Superman Legacy movie because we had a huge bunch. Right?
Yeah, there was a
whole list that we
coming out at once. Yeah.
So and now we got Crypto the dog.
Oh no.
What's the
real quick hot take though? If they could fix his running, I'm cool with that same actor for Flash.
You're cool with the same actor?
If they could fix the whole I'm gliding stuff, like he's trying to be Sonic the Hedgehog right there, okay? Like you fix that, I'm cool with him being the same. He kind of has that quirkiness of the Flash a little bit.
Okay. And he's Barry, right? He's not.
I think he's Barry.
Okay, he's Barry Allen.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I wonder who they would throw in there for Kid Flash. Who's that? What's his name?
No, that one's isn't Wally West? No.
Wally West, yeah. Wally West.
I'm like, there's so many different characters playing the same.
So that's, I'm down. I mean, again, besides his controversy, but he has backed him. He has backed him. He said he does a wonderful interpretation. So we'll see. I mean, he's shaking up a lot. So again, he's battling the whole Joker fiasco right now. So I have not seen it.
Neither have I.
I've read that both audience scores and critic scores are freaking just ripping it, like ripping it. And
because they turned it into a musical from what I heard too.
and why? I don't know. He's already bowing out. Like he's not gonna be in any more DCU films apparently.
Ooh,
But the director, I can't think of his name. So I don't know. And then so at one point James Gunn was not. He never said that was a part of his universe.
Yeah.
And then also they just came out with an article saying that he didn't even have creative control. Like he let the director do his thing. He's like, "Yo, that's your thing. That's Warner Brothers Studios idea. Go for it." Like
he's
so,
like, you're either gonna fly or you're gonna fly.
Yeah,
so either or, that's you.
And I think it's at 20 million domestically, and that's below the Marvels release. It is now tracking to be around how much Morbius made.
Ooh.
So it's weekend only finishing off at like 36 million or 34 million.
That is kind of bad.
So,
did you have any DC news?
Let's see. I got it's not DC 100%, but it is news, and I'm I'm kind of excited. So they're saying that they are now gonna move up the Fantastic Four release date to the same day as Superman Legacy.
Oh, that's a slap in their face, dude. When did Superman Legacy come out?
I think it was May something, or May or July. Let me double check. So before
Marvel said we're gonna throw it down right here, right now. Who's gonna do it?
We're already on it. We're gonna go ahead and drop it right on your release date. See,
dude, that's crazy. So now DC has one of two things to do: either keep it and try to fight against it, or try to move it up and
show that they're still gonna do a good product. Ooh, so James Gunn has this as his director, so he's directing it, and July 11th, 2025 is now the projected release date for Fantastic Four.
I'm just like, that's a straight slap in their face.
When I read that, I was like, oh, I can't believe they did that. I was like, I could see it, but I mean, I could see James Gunn kind of being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna one up you here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he knows Marvel enough that he knows what he can do. Basically,
you know what that reminds me of? The old Bugs Bunny cartoon. Just
straight up. I've always referenced that when I like take gloves off, like the whole Bugs Bunny. That's hilarious. Yeah, so man. Dude, when I read that piece of news, so again, not technically DCU, but both DCU and MCU are gonna clash. They're saying that again, I wasn't confirmed. I will make sure for confirmation, but there was quite a bit of news articles, comic book, fan rant, quite a bit of different ones that mentioned this this happening, this early release. So July 11th for Fantastic Four against Superman's Legacy. Again, Superman Legacy is the second installment. It's going to be Creatures Commandos in December, and then the actual film movie on July 11th. So this will be the actual second one. Yeah, first feature film. There you go. First feature film after Creatures Commandos. And that's my next piece of news that I can add. Frank Grillo Jr., I guess, or is gonna be playing Captain Rick something Senior, Rick Flag Senior in Creatures Commandos. But again, this is where it gets crazy. So James Gunn's idea is to have his shows and animated shows run into feature films and create a culmination of a universe. So that was brought up. So he's trying to do an MCU, but a DCU of its own kind, and he wants it to run fluidly, again, in animation and live. Some speculation of video games. So
that's going to be the toughest one.
We talked about this. So with that being said, so he is that guy. Frank Grillo is gonna be in Superman Legacy because he is in Creatures Commandos. So that is already a first connection where he's gonna jump over. And
but that's easier to do than having an animation, because doing the animation means you have to have the same voice actor too.
That's what they're doing. That's what I told you. James Gunn is gonna get the voice actors from the animations to actually even be the character of the show.
that's just double casting it. It's so difficult because you have to make sure that person is portrayal in the live action has to match up with what you want because voice acting's technically easier. Don't eat me, but like, yeah, like,
yeah. So I see what you're saying. I mean, again, standing in a booth yelling at a mic, compared to yelling at a microphone while actually doing the physical,
yeah.
element. You know what I mean? So, but who knows? I mean, there's some quite funky characters in that Creatures Commandos. So I would assume it would be CGI,
Some
unless
of
he
it,
would
yeah.
go like with what is it? Motion capture. But I
Motion
don't see. I
capture.
don't. I can see that, but maybe,
Could be.
maybe. I mean, so. But again, yes, that is the plan for James Gunn. I give him credit. I'm willing to see this. I am not, cupping Snyder's balls like the rest of the world, like, worshiping this guy's, work. I mean, it was great. I understand. Like, he put one of the masterpieces that we will never get to see in completion out there, and we're
Did you not
mad.
watch that 4-hour one?
No, I'm saying like his story,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
the verse, the Snyder verse.
Yeah.
But it is not going to deter me to at least keep my mind open to this.
I agree entirely.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is interesting concept. This is treading new waters. Like, you know what I mean? Show, animation, and movie all, connecting. Again, Penguin's getting great reviews. I haven't seen it, so if you guys seen it, let me know how it is. You've seen the first episode,
I seen
right?
the first episode, and I think it was probably because I was halfway sleepy. But I told you it was a little slow for me,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm hoping because I thought they were like all out at once. No, it's a
weekly
weekly
Sunday.
thing. Yeah, every Sunday. So when me and my wife went to go watch it, we're like, oh, there's only the first episode out, so now we have to watch the second.
Yeah. So I'm kind of intrigued. I mean, it's gotten really good scores.
Yeah.
Audience scores. Again, critics have been tearing it apart, but audience scores have really accepted it. So, and James Gunn, I think he even like screenshotted it and put it on his Twitter saying he's like, we're making sure we're putting out quality work.
Yeah.
Like, that is his goal. I mean, he will rewrite, he will take it off. Like, that's
so is Penguin part of his stuff then?
No, but it is under his.
Speaking of,
okay, go for it.
There is a rumor and talks going around that Warner Brothers is thinking about having Robert Pattinson's take of Batman into the official DC DCU. And it says, despite his current portrayal in the standalone film meant to be a distinct universe, they're now thinking of just, nah, come on. And I'm like,
I hope they didn't do that to do that. Do you know the whole thing that you said, where they kind of just like jump on the bandwagon and be like, you're right, we were just kidding. Like,
he actually is pretty good.
Yeah, like that's what I'm backtracking. That's what you said. Backtracking on that decision. Okay, I really hope they didn't do that, man. But that's what it feels like right there. I think that's what it feels like there. If that ends up happening, because again, James Gunn is trying to get that younger universe. So Robert Pattinson is a year one Batman, in my opinion. Like, he was,
definitely.
His suit wasn't all there yet. His,
hold on,
not like the trilogy of Batman, like with the badassery shit, but for his self-made suit, it was good.
His self-made suit took shotgun blast and freaking machine guns to every part. How you not hit this when you're just spraying and it took it? You're telling me he got no injuries at all whatsoever from this?
No bruises. He didn't go.
All you hear is ting 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 ting. It's like they were hitting him with airsoft guns, like you said. Like, it was. What do you mean it ain't ready?
Again, what's his name? Fox? Was it Fox, right?
Lucius Fox, yeah.
So
don't give Lucius Fox that credit.
Hey, he has some nice shit, bro.
Okay, he good, but there's a difference, man. Like,
but again, year one Batman. We go maybe not suit wise or whatever.
Yeah, but suit wise, he's like year 25.
He'd been playing in the Batcave, before he stepped out of that bad boy. But yeah, so I hope they don't go that route, man. I do, again, because it will just stop the confusion. Because it was Batman, and it was his own universe.
Yeah.
And then
Same
the
thing with-
Joker
yeah,
was
the
his
Joker.
own universe. And then all of James Gunn coming in with his whole thing. And then that we even had the little picture where on top was everything that was finishing from the DCEU. And apparently Blue Beetle was not supposed to be a part of that universe. And they saw how well it did.
And they're like,
he's in there. He's actually going to be a key character. Like
Blue Beetle's actually pretty good.
So again, you know what I mean? So
yeah, they just...
at least it's not the multiverse. So it's still one universe trying to piece itself together.
But, that is true. They're doing Battle World right now. They're ahead of us.
So yeah. Did you have another piece of news? I see something there? No?
I do, but it's technically spoilers if it's true.
Okay.
For Agatha. So we could skip on that until
and
later.
Wait to the end? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But I do have a piece of news for me and you had talked about this.
Okay.
And it was that Venom, the Null.
Oh.
Was it concrete
Say it, bro.
evidence
Say it.
that who was casted as Null?
We literally, it said confirmed, like on our pages, like both mine and I think you pulled up one. And it said confirmed Norman Reedus. Like that was something that we were profoundly happy about. Honestly, we were ready to see.
I was actually interested
because I'm ready to see it. You know what I mean? So, go on with your news.
So apparently now, this was posted a couple days ago. So after our confirmation that we heard was confirmed, Andy Serkis is reportedly might be playing Null. And he apparently is set to appear in other projects too. Not entirely mad. Andy Serkis is a badass actor. Like
100%.
Like that fool could act his ass off. Like he is
the nerd actor, icon.
Yeah.
He's in everything. Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, MCU, DCU, the Batman, the last one, he was, what is his name? Oh my God, Alfred. You know what I mean? Now there's the contemplation about him doing this. I mean,
he was even in Planet of the Apes. Yeah, dude. He did say he wanted to get out of those the motion captures. Yeah, because he's just like, that's all people know me as. And I'm like, I get it, I understand, but damn, do you do a good job?
Yeah, he owns every
I cannot
role.
see anybody else playing the role the way he. Like it just like the life that he brings to it. It is like. No, that's a real monkey right there that they trained.
Straight up. I see no person. What are you talking about?
What do you mean Gollum isn't real?
Swear. He was climbing down those rocks and I saw him.
Dude, like, he is legit. So him playing Noah will be interesting as hell. Like, that. The other dude is good. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's an amazing actor. But Andy Serkis, I want to see it now.
You want to see it?
I want to see it. It's up there.
So yeah, guys. So our confirmation was wiped away with now this like rumor again. There's always speculation, and it being it's not so far away. It's literally 2 weeks away. We don't know. And this is what we're talking about. Leave us clueless. We love it. Like, granted, we're frustrated. We don't know what that confirmation is. I don't know about you, me. But this is what we've been talking about. Leave us that wondering that. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to go in the theater.
Who is actually playing?
Seeing him in the throne and then like wiping his hair back and you're just like, oh shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, it was Andy Serkis. Holy shit. Like, that is what I think we need right now.
Yeah,
so I think Venom is building it up. I'm kind of excited. I'm leave it, please. Look, give me more rumors. I hope they say Kevin Nash is goddamn Null. I don't give a shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can wipe my, podcast rumor confirmation away. Like, I don't care.
Confirmation? Question mark.
Straight up in the thumbnail. Like, so again, I'm down. I'm liking what they see or what I'm seeing, and then the speculation. You know what I mean? 2 weeks away. Yeah, and still we don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
they're doing pretty good with that.
So
did you have any other news?
I was just gonna see. It wasn't nothing confirmed, but it was something I came across. Glenn Close will reprise her role as Nova Prime for the Nova series, but I don't remember reading anything about a Nova series, anything here recently. So
I remember there was talks about a Nova series, and they had had it on their board, but Nova, I haven't heard anything recently
Like
lately.
nothing even in the like timelines that they posted in like the Disney Con,
Oh, they took it out of DisneyCon too?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I didn't see anything pop up or anything.
I'm like, I
So
wouldn't be surprised if they did it like a slow one, like a real quick, like, oh yeah, here's this guys, you remember it?
yeah,
But at the same time, I'm like,
there's so much going on. I
yeah,
mean, and then
y'all.
I don't know if he's integral character for the Secret Wars timeline. So maybe he'll come during the X-Men saga. Remember, because that's the after 2027.
Yep.
But that was the last piece I think I had. I had a little bit of like Century stuff that I'd seen.
Well, if we're gonna,
Cute.
I'm gonna
One
bring
more.
us further into Agatha now because I got another thing that I read, and apparently it's really cool because they're doing really well. But Agatha is reportedly the least expensive live action shoot that they had.
And
And
it has
before
the
that, Echo was at 40 million.
no
So
way.
they're under 40 million for Agatha. I'm like, dude, it's really good for being under that.
And
Like,
I mean, I honestly enjoy it now. I'm getting it. You know, after our talks, I see her character in a different light. You know, so this episode was a little bit, more like, okay, now I get her over exaggeration now, and then to add, Rio in this episode, so it threw a whole kink in her like itchy, like her
yes,
tweaking. You know what I mean? Like so yeah, now you have a different perspective, and I love it because I just don't see that. I don't see it in that light. I see it as is. That's all
yeah,
I get. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I don't see further than face value. So
But I
but
mean, a lot of people do it like that too. Like they just want to enjoy it as is. But my brain can't. I'm like, I'll enjoy it as is. Like I rewatched the whole series so far like twice.
really
Like I
nice.
started from
So you
episode one.
really have enjoyed it.
Speaking of which, I was able to break it down because I rewatched that second episode where they're singing the ballad.
Uh-huh.
She points to every witch. So Water Witch is homegirl was the first trial. Fire Witch is homegirl in this trial.
Oh no way. She points at him.
Lilia, or no, what's her name?
Woo.
The Woo, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Lilia is the heir, and then Earth was supposed to be Sharon, but now it is Rio. So yeah, she points at each one corresponding to their thing.
Interesting. Okay. That's what you get for rewatching. Oh yeah. Dope. So all right, we'll roll into Agatha. I'm down. We are done with the news that I had. Everything was all again speculation. Noah's coming. If y'all seen, Regal's got some badass popcorn buckets, both for my hero and Venom. But what I wanted to discuss real quick, I am not done. So, did you see that the memorabilia had the spider emblem on Venom's chest?
Yes.
And I was like, I sat there and I didn't know how to take it. First, I wanted to be like, those were like memorabilia items that they just brought to tie in because I like, the Funko Pops in a way, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know how to take it. Was it a reveal?
The best part is that it leaves us kind of like we don't know, but it could also give us that ending credit scene. The Venom that was left over in the MCU finally gets a hold of Spider-Man, and then you see that Spider-Man with the black suit with the freaking spider emblem,
or it
and
like
now
attaches to him as he's walking away or something.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
now that's why they were able to put it. But there was also anti-venom in there,
So
so
I don't
I'm
know.
like,
And so again, there's a speculation. Again, speculating that Noel is going to be such a massive villain that everyone's already talking about. That he couldn't be portrayed in one movie.
oh yeah,
That he supposedly, I'm not with it, but I'm with it if it makes sense. I don't know because Sony's playing these cards a little too close to hand, but they're saying that Noel is going to be able to destroy the Sony universe, and with those Sony universe being destroyed, Venom, Craven, and Morbius all jump ship from the multiverse into the MCU. Again, that is a speculation.
I'm cool with Venom. But Craven and Morbius don't need
I mean, I'm down again to give Spider-Man his down to earth, whatever series, whatever.
Okay, but
So
Morbius isn't down to earth. I'll give him Craven.
we'll at
Craven,
least
Rhino.
him coming in will give us reasons for Blade.
True.
Vampires.
Okay, damn you. Okay. I get okay.
You know what I mean? Like, so I was down. I was like, okay. I mean, I don't like it, but because Sony said, now that we have every villain we post out there, it's ours, and MCU can't have it. So I felt like that was like maybe a bluff or something. Maybe they were saying like, hey,
Well,
okay.
I think they probably came into a contract with them.
You think so? Now with this new trilogy of Spider-Man that they're
like,
okay.
y'all, we could cooperate again. We'll do some more, but 60 to 70% is ours.
Goodness, Sony. God. All right, y'all.
I feel like Marvel's probably playing a long game where they're like, all you need to do is slip up once.
Yeah, you're gonna make 20 million one time with Spider-Man, and that's it. Good cut. So, but again, we got Marvel's what is it? Freshman year, Spider-Man's freshman year, animation one. So, and that's voiced by Tom Holland. So it's so much going on, guys. I am telling you this. I don't know what ties to what no more. Just follow us. Just follow us. We will cover, we will talk, and we will discuss. And
as we figure it out, we'll let you, but if you figure it out, help us.
Tell us, that's not what I heard. Yeah. All right. So Agatha. Interesting episode. I want to know if there's any controversies. We'll get to that. And so so I truly enjoyed it. Again, I haven't enjoyed it as much. I mean, I'm truly shocked, honestly. Like, my face really could show it. Like, do you see it twice? That's rare. Very rare. So
I'm enjoying it so much. So part of the reason why I watch it twice because I rewatched it with my wife.
Okay.
But when I'm rewatching it with her, I'm like eagle eyeing everything now.
Afterwards,
because I'm just like, I enjoyed it enough to watch the first time. I really liked what's going on, but now I'm like
looking at the background,
everything. And I'm like, there, and I wish I had my notebook because there. And I was like, no, it's really fun. It's really a good show so far. Like, it's not suffering the way that all other shows so far except Loki and WandaVision.
So we're getting just enough at the right pace for you to keep in line with Agatha. Everything. Okay. I think that's why I'm enjoying it, honestly. Like, again, I haven't gotten to go nitpick it, but I mean, how I see it at face value, I mean, there's nothing I can say wrong other than those like hard pushes on the comedy lines that we saw, and then I didn't like that effect, but you did, the raising. But we go into these now, so there was some decent effects in this one, as far as demon wise, etc. Like, what we're facing. So
I feel like they had Sam Raimi on here.
Do you? I am speaking of a side note, news confirmation / whatever, a rumor. He's apparently going to be reprising the directorial role for Doctor Strange 3.
Oh, okay.
And then they have two other.
I feel like he needs to pull a little back on those, but it definitely held like a Sam Raimi film in here. Like, it fits this aesthetic, but it didn't fit the movie aesthetic. That's what it's like.
Yeah. So and after finding out, I had not found out recently, but when I was rewatching it one time when I found after Multiverse, that he did the original one. I could have sworn I remembered reading that, and I was still tripped myself out. I was like, "What? Sam Raimi did these two?" Like, I was like, "Holy shit!" And so
the original what?
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, "Now I can all see it now. I see the spooky concept, the different angles. You know what I mean?" Like,
see, the Spider-Mans were done really well. I like the certain things that they did with the camera angles and certain things. But he was also part of the Evil Dead, and that's why he got so many spooky references because of that. Didn't fit Doctor Strange as much, but it does fit Agatha's. So I'm like, you gotta pick and choose where you're putting your stuff,
put your stuff in. Yep, I can see that. So where did it start? They just got down with the slide. Oh, then that's when they did the spell. So they were
But I like right before that, she's looking over her body. She's like, "Didn't think you had it in you."
Mrs. Hart, like still call her Mrs. Hart. Like it's not even Sharon. Like that is who she is to
you're
her.
permanently
Like
stuck as Mrs. Hart.
She's the low key dick that whole time. Like, oh, sorry, like everyone sees it. Like, oh well. She even was like, let's go.
Like, anyways, come on.
So again, I like that part. Like again, the light humor to the death of someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they're just genuinely shocked what's going on. They started putting it 2 and 2 together, and then she drank double the potion. So
Well, that's another thing. They never put her hair in the potion, so she never could get the antidote.
I think they did.
No,
They
they didn't.
You rewatched it.
They were all on their own hair, and even my wife pointed out, they're like, nobody got her hair. They're all on their own and put theirs into the potion. They never got Sharon's hair, so she could never be access to the antidote, even if they doubled it up.
Swear.
Nobody ran over to her body.
Who didn't? I thought they like told her to
They
go.
were all like almost passing out. They were all in pain and
yeah,
everything. They were like
let's go
losing
give her the
control of their
antidote.
body. So then they threw it in and took the antidote. But I think a part of the view has to be part of the antidote to fix it. So Sharon would have never been able to be fixed.
Interesting. Shoo, that's what you get for rewatching. So all right, well yeah, they saw it, so they said that they were all discussing, you know,
Whose fault it was.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. They were like, "It's your fault, potion lady." Like, you know,
where was the protection in chat?
Supposed to be protected. So again, quarreling amongst them, and homie realizes like, "Yo, we lost because we weren't a unit."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Again, he's tying them together. He is there for the goal. He is there for the what is at the end of the witch's road.
Glory.
The glory. And so you know, he sees the goal. He wants to get there. And okay, was that okay? I'm ahead of myself. So yeah. So then they do what? They like a something spell.
They
like
do a summoning spell.
A summoning.
Because now that they're down a green witch, they have to have a green witch in order to do the another trial, because the green witch's trial hasn't been done yet. So they're like, we need her expertise in order to move on. So we have to get one. And I love how they're like, the protecting witch is like, that could be seriously dangerous, you know? Like, they're like, yeah, but at the same time, I'm like, we're already here.
So you think they were worried that they wouldn't have been able to go on without the Green Witch?
Yeah, because if, like, let's say if it was the Water Witch that passed away,
the trial's
already done. They wouldn't technically need her as much going further. But the Green Witch's trial was never done, so her expertise, her knowledge in that trial can never be filled.
Oh shit. Okay. So we get this summoning spell. What did they need? Just water and moonlight?
No, you're ahead of yourself now.
Oh crap. Okay.
Yeah, they're like, we need a summoning spell. Who got the spell book? And immediately they turn Agatha turns a teen, and he's like, oh yeah. And they like start reading, and then they like each put like pieces
what they wanted from
yeah. And I think Lilia was like, let her be smart and wise, and or like, you know, no, the strongest in her craft and wise. And then
someone said, just let her be good to look at or something, you know, be pleasant to see or something.
Then Agatha's like, let her be smart
but not stubborn, or
like and not super annoying.
Oh yeah.
And also not super political.
At the very end.
Yeah, but I like that was a kind of a jab at themselves for Disney, because everybody's always saying Disney's like going political now.
Going in agenda base.
Yeah.
So then we get a astounding silence. No, nothing happened. No whooshing. No nothing.
But you see, Agatha's the only one over there making all the gestures and everything.
I think that's cool. Again, she's got the whole time she's got her hands in like, you know, summoning or like spell mode. Yes. Like, well,
because
there was a scene.
Magic was always part of her. Now that it's gone, it's still part. Like, it's still in her, but she no longer has access.
That's pretty crazy. That's what I noticed too. Like, her hands are always like, you know, doing this or doing like, you know, the finger type deal. So that's what one thing I noticed. But I was freaking hilarious. Again, that I love it and I dislike it at the same time. I don't know. Maybe they could work on it. I don't know. It's such a cool concept. I get it. Rio shows up, but she does the whole bone cracking
Oh, yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I love it.
But she
Get
comes
scared.
out of Sharon's grave.
That's freaking cool. Like, that's freaking
That's
badass.
the Sam Raimi reference from the Evil Dead. The hand coming up and then, you know.
Yeah, just clawing out. So
Yeah.
see, that's what I'm saying. So so that is one of his like MOs.
Yeah, for Evil Dead, that's like one of the things where it's just
Okay. So when she comes out, you know what I mean? I just love how they all jumped, they were all freaked and shit, and then they see who and then again the whole bone cracking thing again, what I'm getting at is like it is a creepy, cool concept. I love it, but the CGI on it every time just looks. I don't know
you
if they
just
have
don't
to.
like it.
Yeah, I don't know if they have to darken the tone. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like contrast, maybe to where it looks a little bit more real. But as soon as it's the whole bone thing, it looks animated. It looks on a green screen being
Yeah.
done. You know what I mean? Like I don't know shit about editing. I'm barely doing my stuff over here, but I feel like there's like a color distortion or color something that they can like make it look in its place where it needs to.
Unless
Like,
that's kind of what they were going.
do you think?
I mean, if they're going for that,
Because
then
I mean, dude, The Exorcist and all them like those 2000 films made it look more
fluid.
They
Yeah.
looked real. I don't know if it was what is it? What do we call it? Um, oh my god, Tim Burton's type of style. Real. It's not CGI. It's not what is the freaking
Motion capture?
no that oh my god the
Clear.
type of film that has it real in real life, like someone actually popping their bones. Like I can't think of the damn word. I don't know, guys. It's it's a type of film style that uses real things instead of CGI and green dots and all that shit. So there are people that can dislocate their body. Like if you're gonna do that, then get somebody of a distortionist or something that will pop themselves into place or whatever to make it more real. I don't know. That's me. I feel I love that effect. It makes its point. But I think there was even a movie. I would love to reference it, maybe because even it's still in spooky, I can go find it. They found a guy. I think he was like a famous contortionist that can like bend his body into like a box.
Yeah.
And like so they used him to do like this crawling down the stair scene. So that's what I'm saying. Like there's more practical effects, like practical effect, like instead of a CGI. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do it, get a bone popper distortionist person and get that bone popping going all, but we get Rio and she's tripping them out like, just right off the bat, like she's just like weird, like you know what I mean, but producing the green, like you're the green witch, and she's like, of course, like a little flower.
But that was the flower that they used to summon her.
So I was just like, she's there, she's quirky, like I like it, but they don't know how to feel, you know what I mean? They don't know, and then to have Agatha
almost
be so mad
her,
right at the beginning, you know what I mean? Like they were like, oh, what the fuck? Like,
they're like, yo, like, what's the deal?
We just summoned her. How do you hate her? Like, you know what I mean? Like, interesting. So then we get from there to we see the next trial, colored in red or orange, you know what I mean? And so
speaking of which, you knew what trial was coming up next just by
the ambience, the color, yep.
Because I guess it was the roots on that tree or whatever. It almost looked like lava. The way it like.
Oh, I didn't see a tree.
Yeah, like behind the fire witch, at one of the angles, you could see the like roots or whatever. It almost looked like lava or fire, like slowly.
No way.
Yeah, it was like
when they said they say the I guess we know where we're going, and it was behind her. And
even before that, when they're discussing Sharon's passing.
Really?
Yeah, you could see it like had an orange or like yellow glow.
Interesting. I might have to look into that. That's pretty freaking cool. I did not think of that. So yeah. So was it blue for the water stage? Was it like a blue
It had the blue and stuff
tin
trail.
sand, right?
Yes.
Okay, like when we were talking about the sand or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get this, and then I at this point we see that there's no avoiding what they have to go through.
Yeah.
And
And I
I
love I love what's her name? Oh man, I can't remember her name now. The protection witch.
Woo, I just gonna call her Woo.
Just call her Woo. But yeah, I love how we're walking to the house. They're like, "Oh, we know where the next trial is." She's like, "Nope,"
Yeah,
and turns around, just starts walking the other way.
She's like, "All right, you go," and then it was just like, I guess
Yeah, there's
it
like,
popped over.
she's like, "We go anywhere around, but we're not going to the house." And I guess it's like, I agree, but the road doesn't. And then
And
it's
then
like,
she's like, "Let's go."
yeah, she's like, so I guess come on.
Again, I now get her attitude now,
Yes.
bro. Like, I mean, she's got still her Agatha persona, but she's powerless. I get it now. So then, what I really love about it is we're getting a WandaVision of its own kind. Like, again, Agatha's doing her own thing because we're getting period pieces, I think. You know what I mean? Because now we're in the 70s, the time of her mom, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
So we went into this studio, and so I was pretty cool. I thought that was interesting that we, went from, a again, they changed clothes to their trial. Again,
Yeah.
I guess you could say, you know what I mean? So we went to this studio. It was pretty interesting, and again, all dressed out, decked out. What's her name is really going at it with her outfits. Yeah, I feel Catherine Hahn. She's like, this one like was a low V cut,
Yeah.
outfit. I was like, damn. I was like, okay. I was like, we're going, really revealing on these outfits on some parts.
Some of
Like,
them, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, she was naked the whole like 7 minutes on the first
Yeah,
episode.
in the first episode.
Like, so she going, unless she's like proud of her body right now, she's going through like a midlife, positivity, vibe. Like, go for it, girl. You rocking it. So we get those outfits. We get all these 70 vibes. I've always wondered how that rolled, like the ones that would wear the tinted glasses and stuff. I don't know if I could. Like I have to know what I'm looking at. I don't know if I could see with green tint over my eyes at all times, or orange or red. So their outfits are pretty cool. I do like that. I don't know how you feel about it.
The outfits were interesting, and I like how it almost like shows different versions of the 70s, because you have like you said, like with Agatha and Rio, their outfits are kind of similar, but then the other ones kind of portray like different versions, like you said, with the glasses and the big hair,
and then
yeah.
fine cut.
Then like the water witch almost like has the earthy hippie vibe.
Yep. So I like it. I like it. So it's different. Again, it's giving us that WandaVision pieces where they were like, in those eras in WandaVision. So I thought that was pretty a cool reference. I don't know if they are doing it purposely, but I see, that I like it, And so what goes then? Who played the track? The teen out of nowhere. They're doing the whole thing where they were like, thinking it was just gonna be a note on a mantle or whatever, and then it said play me, right?
Yeah.
So when it said play me, that was when they got the creepy concept again of the spookiness where they have it playing backwards.
And it was distorted too.
Do you believe in that? Like the songs that
I don't know. I know some artists like try to do some maybe, but
you remember that big old phase where, oh man, if you played this the song backwards, it plays this. I worship the devil. Was it? I think it was 3-6 Mafia, right?
Oh, I don't know if it was that, because I know the original, like not the originals, but like some of the older ones are the Beatles, Sabbath, and Zeppelin.
Zeppelin. I was like, I don't remember which one.
Yeah.
Like, that's freaking crazy. So yeah, I remember that. It was a big old thing, and I think it was in the early days of YouTube. Like, it was like everybody was like going and looking up the reverse playing song of whatever. So man, YouTube back in the day, uncensored and just a world of videos.
It was just whatever.
Madness. It was madness. So we get it played backwards. They find out that they were like they smash it first because they were like losing their
But it's Agatha smashing it like she did with the glass. And I like how she's the one always doing something destructive so far.
You like, because again, she's the only one that can. I feel like she's just you make so much sense, and it bothers me, bro. Like, what y'all like now? I understand her character. Like the whole point. Like I was at first so annoyed with her. I was like,
Yeah.
she bothers me. Like she's
Yeah.
overacting. Like you know what I mean. But it all comes full circle now. Like so, she destroys it, and then they find out that that was Homegirl's mom's actual ballad, like the cover, I guess, to the ballad song. And right before we find out, no, is it before or during this time we find out her mom's fans were her cult, right?
Or
It
her
was
coven. Yeah.
her coven, right?
Yeah, it was
Like,
before that because they're all walking around before the
and they
thing
saw the mom picture of the mom, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think about Lilia? Like her
blanked out.
blackouts. What do you think about that? Like, who do you think there's something control? Like someone, she's a puppet to someone, and she's just there.
Well, because her thing is being able to see the future, so she has no control over whether or not she sees it at the moment. I think that's why she's on the road, to be able to control those, visions.
Interesting.
But I feel like either in the eighth, like the last 3 episodes, you're gonna see everything she said all come together. Because earlier it was protect Agatha. This one was, what was it?
She said something like,
Oh, she's like, she was talking
"You're
to
not from here."
Alice. Don't. That's Wu's name, Alice. She's like, Alice, don't, and she's like, don't what? She's like, what are you talking about? Like, there's a lot of stuff going to lead up to where everything she said before is now going to play back.
Bro, now I want to go write all her random talks and see what it says. Damn, that's interesting, bro. That is.
I'm like, that's what I think.
I like it. I love it. That MCU would do something like that, like these little eggs. It's all gonna play into one sentence at like a culmination moment. I think,
or
you're
at
right.
least like the last 2 to 3 episodes. Because I'm like, which makes me really wonder about this pacing, because there's going to be 4 trials.
Mm-hmm.
We're on episode 4. There's 2 more trials left, which means you still have 3 episodes after the trials are done, if they're done in order right now.
Mm-hmm.
So next episode might not be a trial episode.
Let's say there's going to be a turmoil between them.
Yeah, like something's going to happen maybe next episode, and then the episode following that will get back to their trials, and maybe, I don't know.
And we're on 4, right?
Yeah.
Now this is going to be episode 4. This is the 4th already.
This is the 4th already.
Okay, so then we already hit the mile point where a lot of the shows like get a high on episode 4. Interesting. I wonder what they're going to do.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, if they finish it, finale is at the end of the road, or they're gonna get to the end of the road, then like a battle ensues or whatever, you know what I mean? Because segue. So we are now in this home. We see a back and forth between Agatha and Rio. So they got the song played. Now we
no, that was before the song played. The back and forth between Rio. When they're
in the booth.
Yeah, that was before the song.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because okay. And so when we get that, we're finding an incomplete story. Again, you don't know what's going on. Rio has a past with Agatha. Agatha has a past with Rio. There's something going there that Rio doesn't trust Agatha. And
but Agatha is also very iffy with Rio
at the very same time. So I'm really curious as to what's playing out there. So then to again have that little scene where she like, how could you? I'm a different witch.
Yeah.
So I thought
that's my coven you're talking about. Oh man.
And then, but again, Rio wasn't genuinely shocked.
Yeah, she was like,
fucking Agatha. Like, you know what I mean? Like she has to pull something. Like, you know what I mean? And so, get that moment. Then we get was it after the song was played? Something appeared and Teen gets pushed, right?
That's after the song. So after the song gets played, I love this little detail because
what? Oh, you saw some movie?
Yeah, I was like, what is that? No, like I love this little detail because you see Alice. She's like, does anybody feel? She's like, I feel lighter. and you see her like kind of shrug off her shoulders, and then almost immediately after, Lilia starts burning and crying in pain, and you could see smoke coming off of her. And then Alice jumps in, does a little protection circle, and she stops burning. And then I like what's her name, the water witch, where she's like, "I'm gonna need one of those around me now."
And she did,
and yeah, like she didn't move right away, and the next thing you know, she starts burning. And she's like, faster!
The same thing. I said that she's like, faster! Like, I thought the same thing. She's like, I need one of them around me right now. But so were you referencing that her weight was being lifted because
the curse
it
is
was
now
going
jumping.
on? Oh, see, I said the same thing. I was like, I'm wondering if it was like because she was the owner of that spell, and it was being placed on others.
Yeah.
I again saw it at face value. I was like, nah, it's like they're all gonna get a scar now or whatever, So now
but that was the demon sitting on them, which is why they each have the burn mark exactly the same, and her mother had that mark too. So it's just the demon sitting on them.
That's
like
so freaking crazy. So then
that's why she felt lighter, because now it moved off of her and latched onto the other.
That's it. So then we get Teen blasted through the glass.
Yeah.
Right, blasted through the glass. Then we gets up, he shakes everything off. They're like figuring out what to do, right? They find out that they have to play the ballad.
Yeah, they're like, what was the song that was playing? And they're like, okay, it's the ballad. And Alice is like, we already played it. We already opened the road. Like, we're here. And they're like, no, but your mom's is different, which is what I love, because when I saw the episode's name, I was like, where the hell is that line? Because I forget the episode name exactly, but it was like, if I can't reach you, let my song teach you, or something. And I was like, that's not part of the ballad. But then they play her version of the ballad. So I was like, okay, like I kind of like how you changed it for this episode. Exactly. And give us a song.
Again, I think that's such a cool find of yours that these episodes are, labeled that,
the lyrics. Yeah.
That's freaking cool. So, shockingly enough, guys, so speaking of the song, we went and looked up, I seen an article, so we went and looked some numbers up real quick. I think we saw that it hit 3 million plays on Spotify, and then
3,204,345 streams on Spotify.
Since because it came out the day after the show.
Yeah.
So Thursday is when we're now sitting on a week and 2 days, and it hit
it's already 3 mil.
That's freaking crazy.
And then the cover version has 80,000 at the moment, but most people are going for the
original song. Yeah. So it's pretty cool, guys. Don't believe what critics are saying out there. Like, it goes back to how we grow, on our show. It is. I think audiences enjoy it for face value and what it's worth and stuff. So it is honestly a good show, good paced show so far.
Definitely.
So for it being a spinoff for something that we didn't know was gonna come, of it,
nothing was concrete.
$40 million budget, like you said, or under $40 million. So it's pretty interesting. I think it's going, in a good pace. So then we get this ballad, and they go hard. They finally, they do, a rock band type, School of Rock, band class. You know what I mean? And I thought it was funny. Again, Rio's attitude to everything is just like, at one point she was even reading the magazine.
Reading
dude. I was like, you seriously like, give zeros right now?
What was she really? They were like talking about something, and she was like, "Oh yeah, like whatever."
I can't remember. I think it was like how to start the thing, or like how to start the trial, or something maybe. But even when she was playing the drum, like she was like, getting into it, like it was
like right before they actually start playing, you just see her in the back just like pretending to play.
She's doing good. Audrey Plaza came in with some pizzazz quickly. You know what I mean? So we get this ballad. It goes hard, and then we see this demon. So again, the practical effects are there. I think it wasn't CGI. So it was a practical demon effect, and pretty cool. Pretty cool. I don't hate it. Don't want to say it's corny,
But that looked like something off of Sam Raimi's Evil Dead too. So
and
that's
so
why I
that's
was
what I'm
like,
saying again. So practical effect, I like it. So I just wish. Nope. It's good. It's good. I want to hate it, but I can't. Because again, I'm enjoying it. I really am. I think it's some of the effects. I don't know. I think that's what's killing it for me. But we see them beat this demon. The demon burns up. I like the way he burns up.
oh yeah,
you know what I mean. Like right when he's about to attack her, she finishes the song in full force. And like just burns the demon from shoulder up. So I thought that was pretty dope. Like the demon was about to go at her, and she finishes the ballad. So
which another thing I like about it too, because the ballad's supposed to be a protection spell for Alice from her mom, and the reason that the protection spell lasted so long is because somewhere somebody's playing that song. So it's always constantly protecting her no matter what. And Alice not wanting to believe in it was always kind of ignoring it and pushing it away. So
that was why it was able to come through. It was, peeking through the spell because she didn't truly believe.
Yeah.
Again, mom was. I'm interested to find out more of that story. Unless that's it. Unless we found the culmination, like the mom was, fighting a demon that she couldn't beat, so that's why she made a coven with her fans. You know what I mean? So
hopefully we could see her at the end, like the last lyric says. So we might be able to
Ghost of Spirits or whatever. The spirits or whatever.
That lyric too, because
you said that right.
Which if one be gone, we carry on. Spirit be our guide. But also with Laura Wu's ballad, it was I'll see you at the end. So and she repeated it like 3 or 4 times to finish the song. So and then that's when the demon burned up. So we might see her.
I'd be down. So then so we get the demon killed, and then something happened. What happened after that?
Oh, right after that, it looks over to Teen, and you see he has the glass after being thrown through the glass. A piece of glass is sticking.
And he was playing through it, right?
Yeah.
I remember him like even looking down, and it was like, oh shit, okay. So they what opened up this time?
The piano.
The latch, right? After they finished the song, yeah. That was dope. I like that one. That little concept was pretty cool. So they opened up, they went out, and I thought honestly he was going to be healed from the damage, but when they passed through the portal, but they just back to the original clothes,
and he still has
the wound. So the trials are real.
Yeah,
it's the facade of
the
what you're that you're in, the era you're in. So he's injured, and now I see where you remember now the moonlight and water, right, or whatever. So the potion.
I like that. Yeah, the potion lady to fix him, but they're like, Agatha's like, well, what do we do? And Lily is like, well, he's strong, he's young, so and her immediately don't. But then she pauses and look at Rio, but it's a softer don't. And that after seeing what I saw, I'm kind of like, okay, it's merging a bit, and I don't know if I like this right now or not.
What's merging?
Yeah, I'll tell you after we finish.
Okay. Oh, it's the news?
Yeah.
It's the news? Okay. So then we get homegirl, the potions chick, conjuring up a healing potion from water and moonlight.
Yeah.
And which was pretty cool because again it's showing that she's unbounding herself.
Yeah.
I think
which goes along with my theory that she bound herself, because now that she's with other witches and doing stuff, it's kind of slowly peeling back her own bindings.
Interesting. So. Okay. So then they heal it, and then even Agatha like doubts her at the very first. She's like, no, it's not even working. Like because he squints, right? He like
squirms, and at first it doesn't look like it's doing anything, but the more she pours, it actually starts closing up the wound,
and then just wipes it away. I thought that was freaking cool. So we're getting small inklings of their powers returning to them. So it was pretty interesting. But at one moment, it goes back to what you were saying. It goes to Agatha. In souling in herself in like an area by herself. Wondering what
sitting with
the teen. And then he wakes up and he gets her though. He gets her he overstepped his boundaries too fast.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh, she's chilling with me. Like, you know, we're closer than, you know, I think. And then overstepped his boundary and said, you know, what happened to your son, right?
What really did happen to your son?
And she just
she's like, feel better
hurry
soon.
up.
We're
Yep.
like gonna we're not
Take
gonna
off.
stay here forever. But I like right before that too, she's they're talking and he asks her, he's like, did you place the sigil on me? And she's like, no. But she pauses, she's like, actually, I'm
I
not
wouldn't
sure.
know.
I wouldn't know. The sigil works even on the witch who cast it. That's why we don't use those. And he's like, well, is it's just like, before you say how do I get rid of it, he's just like, sigils aren't removed, they're broken. And she's like, but they're only broken when they're no longer needed. So this
One of two things can happen. The owner of the spell dies and it's broken, right?
no, it's only removed when it's no longer needed.
So when do you think it's no longer needed?
I don't know.
You have a speculation?
I don't have a speculation because it's to protect him from witch kind, apparently, because no witch can hear his name. So I guess I don't know. That's a difficult
sorcerer,
one.
you think?
Maybe
because sorcerers are against witches, right? Or they're not of the same kind.
Yeah, they technically aren't part of the same magic realm, I guess.
Interesting. I'm kind of excited. I'm wondering what that is now. They awesome. Well,
thank you for joining us.
We're talking some Agatha. Definitely, if you have anything to say, just, you know, chime on in. Then we get now the part that I think is a little interesting is the moment between Agatha and Rio. There's a lot more than what is being portrayed. I was like, wait, whoa! I was like, hold up! My vibe just switched. I was like, whoa, Agatha, chill, like, you know what I mean? I was like, so what do you think that is? Like, so now it's no longer just they were in each other's lives. It seems to be intimate. You know what I mean? So there was not just hatred, there was animosity as well in that, you know, due to the past.
Yeah.
So I'm interested. I mean,
well, I mean, it also goes with right before that alone scene with them. All the coven was kind of talking about different battles and stuff that they've been through, and I like that subtle hint too because Agatha shows off her like knitting needle to the arm or whatever, and Rio shines up. She's like, I have a scar, but Agatha cuts her off. She's like, no, you don't. How would you know that, Agatha? Like, why do you know she don't have a scar?
mm-hmm.
And then she's like, yes, I do. She's like, a long time ago, I hurt someone, and I had to do my job, but it hurt them, and you know that she's my scar. And then looks at Agatha. So Agatha's constant reminder of something she didn't want to do, but had to. So it's just like then when they go off on their own, you could see they were once like almost like a couple, and just like that, like they embrace each other, and then they're like, it looked like Agatha almost went for a kiss, and then she's like, that boy's not yours. And then Agatha leaves, and they end it, and I was just like, you did good with that little cliffhanger because it's just like
bro, because so many questions are left. I mean, again, I'm enjoying this. I mean, I'm down for the anticipation.
Yes.
And then we're not finding anything. We're not getting any previews that are showing us anything. So I'm no mid-credit scenes. So that's freaking dope. I'm enjoying that.
But what I am enjoying too, because I watched another YouTuber channel or whatever, and they did make a point, and I was like, dang it, now I can't unsee it. If you watch the credits all the way through, there's some scenes in the credits that have no name. It's just a blank slot. But where the spider is, it has Aubrey Plaza's name, right? But when she wasn't part of the cast, it was empty. So there's people coming in later that are gonna fit possibly within these scenes. So I'm like,
shut up. Someone caught that?
Yes. I'm like, you damn ass.
Peoples, man. Like, I'm telling you, like, you got a broad mind, like, but then go. I'm telling you, bro, they're either on some shrooms, some Adderall, some hallucinogens that they're just like melted and they like envelop these things. They're like,
it's like permanently stuck
like
in their brain.
Leo's like, you know, that one scene, like straight up, bro. Like,
but I think too, part of it was, I think the first episode, Aubrey Plaza's name was where the spider was, but then in the next episode, it was no longer there
because she wasn't
part of the scene anymore. So I think that correlation.
Now we got to go look into what Sharon's name was.
Yeah, true.
I wonder what. Okay, interesting. So, what was your rumor? Did you end up seeing it?
I do have it, and now I kind of connect all the pieces because I'm glad we kind of skipped over some stuff. But everybody's saying Aubrey Plaza's role has officially been announced through a Funko Pop.
Okay. Death, right?
Yeah, death in the Funko Pop. Because now that you connect the details, she came out of Sharon's grave. While she's coming out of that grave, she also tells them, they're like, like I was close by harvesting Sharon. There's another scene later with Agatha. There's what
you just said. Continue.
There's another scene with Agatha where she's talking to her and she's like, I was summoned down here, or is it up? And I'm like, dang it, okay. When the demon shows up, she's the only one unbothered. She's the only one playing her instrument still. Everybody else went quiet. All you hear is the doom from the freaking drum. She's used to seeing things like this. She had to do a job she didn't want to, which hurt Agatha. But we also know that Agatha gave up her child. So now I'm like, all these layers coming up. Is she really going to portray death? Because if that's the case, now you're all introducing. The thing that makes me think this is true.
Deadpool
is freaking Eternity from Love and Thunder. One of the main pieces in this, Lady Death was part of it. So now you're bringing death into this. And also in the Ballad of the Damn Witch's Road, I hold Death's hand in mind.
Yeah.
She has Rio. So now it's all slowly piecing together.
Man. Someone coming in asked right when we were talking about it. Have y'all seen the theories that Rio could be Lady Death? So we're literally in the conversation at the moment. So you believe?
It makes me lean toward it more.
I hate.
That's what I'm saying.
I hate it. I hate it that, you know, these things come out for movies and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I wish it could be in completion and then the want for the toy would be there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So hold back on the toy releases till the end of the show.
Or if you're going to put them out, don't put everything, like put it out in pieces. Like people are still going to want those toys and stuff later on. Like if you're going to do a Funko Pop set, you're not going to do just one. You're going to do a set of 5 because you have to have the cover.
And then leave it in shadow, put a question mark on the box or something. And then after, at the very end of the show, you know, they all have the pictures on them now. You know what I mean? Camille, I think, like, you know, I don't know if you got to hear what my friend Emmanuel said. You know, it's all got something connecting to that, you know, Lady Death.
That Lady Death theory.
And so I'm kind of glad that you brought that up because there were like hardcore, you know, speculations in regards to her being the Green Witch. Apparently, there's the Green and a Green, like that. No, so
she's the embodiment of the Green Witch.
So,
which would make sense too, because you know death is always constant, but it's part of every natural life. It's the natural giver, like it's the natural taker. But when everything dies, it grows in nature.
So is the Green Witch connected to Lady Death? Or
I don't know how they're gonna.
Okay, see, so that's what I'm curious about. So is she is a Green Witch that is Lady Death? You know what I mean? Because if she is it's like how the article I read was there is a color per witch, but there's only the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
So it is a one being of that color.
Yeah.
So there is apparently the Green Witch that apparently rivals Scarlet's powers. Not as strong, but apparently she is up there.
Okay.
So that was the speculation. But if that went that route to Lady Death, then I don't know, man. That's gonna be interesting. Like,
what's up, June?
What's going on, June? It's all good, man. You can tune in, comment on the video later, whatever it might be. But yeah, you're
The
good,
Millionaire,
bro.
that was my next one because I saw that later on too. The Millionaire is asking, "What do you think about Teen being Wiccan?"
Mm-hmm.
Wiccan is Scarlet Witch's son,
Mm-hmm.
but Wiccan is also known as Billy Cohen in the comics, and along with that damn Funko Pop collection, Teen is put as Billy. So now everybody's like, "Oh, that's Billy Cohen. It's confirmed." This and that. I'm like, they could change stuff. They probably put that out. It's not 100% true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't know yet. But the reason Scarlet Witch's son is known as Billy Cohen instead of a Maximoff is a piece of his spirit goes into another person. Billy Cohen. He has his own family and everything, but he's still related to Wanda through his spirit being and Wiccan having those powers. And then him wanting to learn magic and everything is kind of tilting toward that. But I'm like, I don't know.
Because they show a picture of him like in the like stargram, right, or whatever, like where he's in a pentagram, and he's looking up. I don't think that's ever played, right?
Not yet.
That's what I'm saying. So then that's the comic book picture that they show him coming through the pentagram or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, so you don't want it.
I don't know, because you kind of need him to fill out the Young Avengers, which is also what they're going for with the
Miss
Marvel, and all them. And I'm just like, oh, speaking of which, I forgot to tell that news too, because it also kind of goes along with it. Supposedly they casted somebody as I forget his name, Augustus Cho.
I saw that.
Young Hulk.
Yep, that's on the other news.
Yeah,
I didn't see that. I didn't want to bring that up till our next. Yep.
We'll talk about that more later.
Yep.
But yeah, so it kind of coincides with these Young Avengers. You need Wiccan because one of their main things is going to get Scarlet Witch, like bringing.
And
so I'm
what is it? What is it? House of M?
No, that's a different one. I forget what this one is called. I can't remember it. But oh man, it's like in my brain. I just can't pull it out. But yeah, there's definitely a whole comic thing where Wiccan and his brother take the Young Avengers and they go to bring back Scarlet Witch. So if you don't want Wanda dead and you want her to be part of the canon, this way they're going about it technically works. But it's also, misleading, because there's that whole, is Teen Nicholas Scratch Agatha's son or not for real? So, and is Rio saying this just to throw her off?
Because Nicholas Scratch had a long history. I read that one where she killed him. His spirit like landed in someone, like landed in a person. Then that person like went against her. They long story short, he ends up being an agent for Mephisto in the end. Like went through hell and back. Was still trying to kill Agatha for all the shit that he went through. Like so, it was interesting. Like backlore on him,
which also brings her saying that's not your son another whole meaning, because he's no longer yours. He's Mephisto's. So it's just like it brings it to a combination of like, what is this meaning and how are we gonna play it? So it depends. It's interesting how we want to do this.
All right. Well, that is episode 4 of Agatha. A lot of rumors, a lot of speculations, a lot of different things that we've read, and now we're seeing. So again, it's interesting. We have a total of 5 more episodes. 8 and 9 will finish again in October 30th. We'll be excited to talk about it. It's gonna be good. gonna be good. That's actually gonna be a great episode on that. What 30? So it comes out on Wednesdays. So 31st, first, second, third. So November 3rd, I think. So November 3rd, we'll be discussing again the last 2 episodes of Wanda. I'm excited to see where they go. Again, they're slowing the pace down. Budget wise, they under budget. It's pretty dope to know that, and getting the praise that it's getting so far. So I'm excited. But while I got you here, guys, at the very end of the show, I just want to let y'all know that next week we got a special episode. We're going to be bringing a content creator, Tyrick Bryant. He is from Nobody Asked But. Actually, a cool podcast. It breaks down a lot of movies, a lot of things that he likes, musics, intakes on classicals, new movies, the whole nine. Give his channel a look. I might even put this in the comments and stuff. Nobody asked, but super cool guy. We're bringing him on the show, so he's coming in. He has a huge take on the multiverse, World War Hulk, which is a part of our news that we've omitted for next week. And then we're also going to talk the multiverse and Doctor Doom. So I'm excited. It's going to be an awesome show. He's really passionate about MCU. I'm really wanting to break down the World War Hulk with him and someone else that is a big fan. So I'm excited to see the arguments go through but wait, did you read? What I mean? So I'm excited. So it's gonna be super dope. It's gonna be next week, a special episode. I'll make sure to make some posts about it and pictures. We're actually gonna be filming a little earlier, so we'll be doing 1 to 4. And we that way we can span it a little bit longer. If it ends earlier, it ends earlier, But again, we have that extra time. But yeah, tune in, guys. It's going to be a super dope episode. Again, I'm going to try to sneak in. I'm going to ask him if he's watched Agatha. If he's watched Agatha, we might, sneak in some Agatha instead of news. And then we just talk all, the craziness afterwards. Yeah. So tune in next week, October 12th. It's going to be dope. It's going to be a fun episode. Special guest on our show. And that's all I got. That's it for you.
That's it.
Alrighty, guys. Well, y'all have a wonderful week. Y'all be safe. And we'll tune in next weekend, guys.
See you later.